I realized that my interest was evolving because in 2014, I had identified in my own local Kilkenny that the, the women that were brought from the UNHCR program into Kilkenny from, I think it's Sudan, actually Uganda, who were Sudanese, they, the men had progressed. They'd gone to third level, they were doing this and that. They were trying. They weren't really doing that well, but they were trying. But the women were stuck. I'd go to the shops and I'd see them walking around. I'd see the older women. It broke my heart. I was like, this is not what they signed up for when they were coming to Ireland. They came for a better life. And a lot of them were intelligent women. In fact, all of them were intelligent, but their different skills were not being harnessed. So I approached the county council and said, what can you do for our women? We need help. So I got together with the women and we named ourselves the Kilkenny Empowerment Initiative for African Women. That was 2014. And so we got some funding from the county council. It wasn't much, so I said, look, ladies, what did you want to do when you were coming into Ireland? What were you thinking, you meant? So a lot of them said, oh, I wanted to start my own food business, my drink business, my this. So a lot of ideas came in. I said, guys, we don't have enough money. Let's start this way. I realized that, so it wasn't just the Sudanese women, there were other women from Ghana, Malawi, different ones that we brought into the room, and I had a conversation with them. But interestingly, I realized that the Sudanese women had this wonderful skill. They could do embroidery. They were fantastic. I said, how can we bring together the Irish culture and your skills and merge it? We started to explore that. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough money for that. But that was also part of how Urgenity Africa was born. So, and that was how I went into my doctoral research. So currently I'm in my last year of my PhD in female entrepreneurship, but generally immigrant entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship education and training. Because I realized that, yes, people came from different countries with many skills, human capital, but how will we maximize it? How will we capturing it? And then we build on it. And then social economic development for the people. Because potentially, when you're an immigrant, you are faced with that danger of being excluded socially, economically, you know, and reliance on social welfare and all that. People want to get out of it. So how do we support them to get out of it, not on the terms of other stakeholders, but on their terms? So finding out, what skills do I have? What skill are you bringing? And then how can we help you build on it based on the different social cultural environment? What are the things that we have here in Ireland that we can use to build upon your skill? So all of these conversations were emerging, and that's where Urgenity Africa was born. And that's your question on what we're doing in. So first, your question about what support I received to start Urgenity Africa. None, because I suppose that I was maybe fueled by my passion and I just started. But since then, there have been a few trainings that I have received in terms of governance for a social enterprise, the models of social enterprise that you can explore and all of that. So there's training that I'm accessing to be able to support my own organization better. But also in Urgenity Africa, onto your question about the trainings that we provide, we'll look at what the needs are, okay, what the needs of the women are. So needs like financial literacy is there. So we're putting together courses, but of course these courses need funding as well, because we want to try and make it as accessible as possible for the women. So, and a lot of them will not probably have enough money to undertake those courses by themselves. So we approach funders for funding. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't, but that's okay. That's the way it works. So we look at what people need. You want to start a business, for example, we're doing a HACCP training in June the 4th, and that's for those, it's a safety regulation program for those who want to start food and drink business. Okay, so it's legislation. So we're doing that training and we're getting people to sign up, okay, for that training. That training, the certification is valid for 5 years, and so you can start your own business in that area. As I said, we're looking at financial literacy. We're looking at mental well-being for the entrepreneur, for the business owner. So different courses based on what people say, based on when we have a program, the feedback we get. We also do a kind of networking event once a month, getting people who are within the network to talk to us about their business, what they're learning, marketing, and stuff like that. So there's a lot going on. I could do better because I'm the one managing the organization, but I'm just so busy now with PhD. But I try to also bring other people in as volunteers, to support the work and keep it running.